What's up? It's your man, Tim Vance.
100 grand.
And we back again with another episode. It's season 2, man.
Mistakes being made, dog.
Hey, man, it's been a minute since we've been here, man.
Been a lot of minutes.
It's been a lot of motherfucking minutes, man. Welcome back, G.
Yeah, dog. Same to you.
I've been missing this. The people have been missing this. We back.
Yeah, I had people asking me at the spot like, yeah, man, when y'all gonna start the podcast again? And it'd be niggas. And I'd be like, man, I'm chilling.
It's all good, man. You know, we gotta give the people what they want. This is the only podcast where we tell you the mistakes we make so you won't have to make them again. And today's episode is, I thought she was talking to me, but she was talking to 4 of us.
4 of us.
4 of us is crazy. So basically, the topic is side people. I'm not gonna say inconsistent, but you already know what it is. Today we talking about side people, man.
Yeah, and the sheer abundance that they be in. I guess the whole core is like the roster idea.
The roster idea is crazy.
And knowing that you like on a roster or not, and then where you stand in that roster. So like, yeah.
Everybody wants to be the star player, but nobody really wants to be the star player.
Shit, let's start with if you don't even know if you want a team.
Bruh, I'm not saying I got played, but I feel like I got played.
If you feel like you got played,
then I probably got played.
And if you fall for the game, then you worth playing.
All right, so story time. Here we go. I was talking to this shorty. This was a while ago. I was talking to this shorty, and like, I felt like everything was vibing, everything was clicking. It was a good time, you know. We had good energy. We were going good places, going on dates. Why is that a red flag?
I haven't heard many niggas say that. Yeah, man, things were going awesome. Now we're married.
You right. A lot of niggas ain't said that. But things were going awesome, and I thought we were getting married. We indeed did not get married, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
How long did that go on? How long did she keep the illusion?
Well, the rules was only there for about like 2 weeks. It was one of those 2-week rules.
2 weeks is a long time.
2 weeks is a long time.
By Wednesday, I'd be in love.
Bro, I was in love by Tuesday. You talking about Wednesday? I was in love by Tuesday. It started on Sunday. I was in love on Tuesday.
See, I'm thinking if people start on Mondays, we in the same playing field.
Bro, it was about the same time. So, like, don't get me wrong. We went on, let's see, I probably met her on Saturday. We went out Sunday. We went out Monday. We went out Tuesday. By this time, you know, you just spent all the time with me in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we done been on 2 to 3 dates. You know, I done bought you this. I done bought you that. I ain't really buying nothing, but we talking food and drink wise. You know how that go.
Should be costing more than a Pandora bracelet sometimes.
Bro, that's like that Boondocks episode. I got to spend money on a hoe if I could take her on a date and it's going to be the same amount of money that I would give her?
Why not just buy the whole groceries?
Why not just buy the whole groceries? It's like that. Let's be real. Nowadays, the industry is so crazy. Not the industry. The market in general is so crazy that like I can spend $200-$300 on groceries. But if I go out in DC with somebody, I'm going to spend $200-$300 on drinks.
Yeah. And barely feel it too. You're not gonna get no wings. That's gonna be just your.
That's just drinks.
I'm not even going to that.
That's just drinks.
You'll pay $375 and only get the.
Only get drinks. I only know what these sound effects are real quick. Hold on.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah. We gotta figure these out.
We got the laughing joint.
Hey, we got a lot of new stuff down here, y'all. Hold up. I don't even know how these work.
It's probably playing now.
Nah, it's not.
That's the different ones. Hit one of them.
Hold on. Here you go. I found it. Oh, yeah. There you go. That's the applause one.
We figured it out.
Oh, yeah. We figured it out. But that's the crazy part, bro. We keep looking down because all the system and stuff right here. That's why we keep looking down.
Don't want to steer y'all in y'all mug.
$300-$400 on drinks. I went to 12 after 12. Mm-hmm. 12 after 12 is like the hot topic in DC right now. Not 12 after 12. My bad. 12 stories. 12 stories is the hot topic in DC. Because somebody went up to 12 stories, bought 2 shots and probably a chaser, and they spent like $60, $70. Actually, I lied. About $90 on 2 shots and a chaser.
They must have left a really big tip.
They did not. DC drinks are outrageous right now.
They auto-grat in DC?
They do auto-grat in DC. But it doesn't matter. If I'm getting 2 shots of Espolon or 2 shots of Don Julio, I'm not expecting to spend $90. So 12 stories, taxing niggas $90 is insane.
I'm not expecting a tip for one. So you buy a bottle of Espolon for like $20-some.
$27.99.
Yeah, some change you'll find in the car.
Yep.
And you in the car at the club.
That shot about $35.
Yeah. So I mean, do with that what you will. I'm not trying to take nobody's business away because it's how I make my money. But
facts.
when you go to a bar or a restaurant, you go in there for the vibe. You're not just going for the drinks.
Agreed.
If you go in there and you paying $20 and you're serving some shit.
My biggest pet peeve right now is shit ass service. Shit ass service. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can be rude or you can ignore me. As long as you getting me my shit on time, I ain't worried about nothing else.
Man, like, they be like that in relationships sometimes. When you on that roster, bro, and you notice you're not the first, second option, you use a role play, you in that corner.
As long as you doing what you supposed to do,
you sitting there like mathering.
Care.
Yeah, you get you a ring, get you a participation trophy.
Derek White ring. As long as you get a ring, you good to go. But it's those moments when you like, when you think you doing something for the team, but you're not doing something for the team, but you entitled to a ring. That's the problem.
Man, you talking about some? Yeah, man. I mean, I saw this blank, and it made me think of you. And the whole time
my biggest thing when it comes to that is people who feel like they're entitled to stuff. Entitled people drive me crazy.
Yeah, being on the other side of things, if I'm single, right, and I'm dating and stuff, communication is key with me.
Agree.
You're my person and we're exclusive, you're going to know that. And if we're not, you'll also know that. Because I don't want to end up in a situation where it's like, oh, well, you made me think X, Y, Z. I don't make anybody think anything. You're your own person, and I'm not Professor X.
Agree. I like to put everything on the open table, if that makes sense. I put everything on forefront. Hey, this is what we got going. This is what's going on.
Buffet style.
Buffet style. You can have what you want, but you have to realize at the end you're going to have to pay. That was a bar on it. Call me Lil Wayne.
You got a lot of niggas just walking out on that tab, trying to chase after him, and they act like you the thief. But I mean, don't ever do anything that you don't feel like you can have by itself. You know what I mean? Like, if you...
Is your mic plugged in?
Yeah.
Your mic not lit up.
I gotta hit the button or something.
Change the plug. Let's see if that works. I just want to make sure.
Look like it's...
It looked like it. I hope so, because I pray to God. Yeah, this is...
Yeah, my joint. But, I mean, you play that game, you get whatever comes with it. Like, you're not going to get on the court and throw some shots up and get mad when niggas block your shot. You feel me? They try and win, too.
Yeah.
Like, dirty macking. I ain't never going to be mad at a nigga for dirty mac. If I know I'm on a roster and another nigga know I'm on the same joint, it be like that.
It's battle of the best. Battle of the best.
Especially, so, like, sometimes it should be, like, a nitro for time. You're not even going to have this long-term thing.
Yeah.
You get there at 10, don't you try and scope out coming there at 10:15, and Timberwolves coming there at 10:30, you feel me? You gotta be OKC, dog. You gotta stand on business. Big champs.
It's done been a minute where it's done been some times where I done had shorties pull up to me and be like, yeah, I got a mans. This was before, life.
Yeah.
It's been times where I done pulled up a shorty, she was like, yeah, I got a mans. My number one go-to line was, what they got to do with me?
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes just act like they ain't say it. That to me is like, it's hot outside. Yeah, I bet.
That's cool. What they got to do with me? I know we both in the heat, so what you finna do with this?
It's late June and you fine. Of course it's gonna be hot. Of course you're gonna have a nigga. Like, what we talk about?
Bruh, back to
You want some water?
Facts. You want some water? Like, me and Shorty were chilling. Everything was cool. That Sunday playground, everything was, cool. Met her Saturday. We were cool in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everything was good. Everything was chilling, flirty at first. And she was like, yeah, I don't want nothing out of this. That's their go-to line. That's the go-to line.
Because it prevents people from having to be their best. And I've done it. I've seen the guys do it. I've seen a lot of shorties I've dealt with do it. It's, I like this person. And if I really want to be what I think they need, it's going to cost a lot more from me than I'm willing to pay right now.
Yeah.
So you really don't care about them that much, but you like...
You in love with the moment that they up.
Whether it's the sex, the feeling, the emotion, like whatever fleeting thing it is, it's not love. It's still some variant of lust or like, diet love.
Yeah. I don't want this at this moment. But, I fuck with you right now, so I'm going to see where this can go. And then the issue is it gets to that point where, all right, hey, it done made it too far. What the hell are we doing now? And I feel like that's the issue with a lot of people. People don't know when it gets to that moment. You got to decide what you finna do. You finna switch over and be like, I'm rocking with this, or hey, I gotta cut shorty off. Cause if it's good for you to be there that long, then you ain't gonna want to cut shorty off, but you still gonna want to do what you want to do unless some wild shit happen and you like, all right, I need to cut everybody else off.
Yeah. I mean, that may be where men and women differ. I hear women say that they're not really into entertaining a whole bunch of people.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's deeper than that. Like, dudes, it's in the society, it's in the misogyny, whatever, from centuries and millennia that we go after and try to talk to people.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's part of our nature.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's part of our, well, I'm not even gonna say, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. It's not unfortunately part of our nature. It's just men are meant to pursue.
And
what's that, hunters and gatherers? Something like that?
Yeah. And I mean, it's just that kind of situation where we're in a more contemporary time period. And if a woman wants to go out and have her job, which was not the case a century ago, making more than all the niggas in her vicinity, and then go slut them niggas out, then that's not any different than what the dudes was doing. It come down to biologically, there's not.
So you actually missed this talk the other day. We had this talk at Seasons. The talk was, it's women who want traditional men but aren't willing to do traditional things.
Man, it's definitely a tough situation, because like that's why a lot of women just have rosters, because they don't want to deal with that one dude who they have to be their girl, their mama, their therapist, and all that. And on the man's side, it's like, okay, we're having sex, I buy you stuff, we hang out, but I can't talk to you about anything. I can't trust that I can be vulnerable and cry or whatever.
Because then the women nowadays are like, this nigga soft, I don't want to talk to him. Oh.
Yeah. And it's, a lot of stuff is trauma-based. You got to dig deep and figure out, oh, okay, I used to get beat whenever I cried, so I see crying as weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we grew up in that age frame where it was like, smack you in the back of the head. Why you crying? I'm crying because you motherfucking hit me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now I'm crying harder. And I mean, after a while, you stop crying, you get dinner, and you get conditioned to believe it's the way things are.
If I'm going to hit my child or I'm going to hit my...
Look, man, that's what happens. It's the same kind of conditioning, and people don't realize that they just back 8 years old again.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people have a lot of problems that are deep down that they don't want to address, and they don't want to address them with people, with their significant other, because they feel their significant other is going to look at them different. But if that's your person, then your person should take you for who you are. And if they can't take you for who you are, or you can't communicate who you are to that person, then that's not your person.
Yeah. I get a lot of people like,
oh, clip that. All
right, Kai. I got a lot of people at the spot that be like, yeah, man, I'm done with these niggas. I can't find one that's going to do what he needs to do. And it's like, all right, I 100% get that. You're a perfect woman, right?
Perfect. Okay.
If there was one thing you could have possibly, in this realm of imagination, done differently that would have made this go differently,
what would it be?
It's usually no answer. And the ones that have an answer usually have some basis as to why they weren't the issue.
So it's funny that you say that, because there are these two women that I was talking to the other day. One cooks for a man. She does everything. She does everything that she needs from a man. And she does everything that a man needs from her. She cooks. She's a good person. She good people. She don't be outside from what I see. Then there's another one who's like, I want a man, but I don't cook. And my future husband going to have to accept that. And my question was, how are you going to find your traditional future husband if you aren't a traditional woman by cooking for him initially? And her response was, well, if that's my boyfriend, I'll cook for him. I hear you, but you have to realize, in order to get to that level, you know what you want from that man. He's going to show interest in you. How are you going to show him that you're the traditional woman that he's looking for, besides y'all possibly having sex at that moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, on the other end of things, you're too available and open, and you would thought, you know what I'm saying? You let every nigga you meet...
Hey, your ass is going to be grass for that, because you don't know who I was talking about, but when she see this...
let them meet your family, bringing them around your peoples and stuff, thinking that they the guy, and they ain't. Now he's here looking silly after the fact. Got to go back and tell everybody, oh yeah, well,
it wasn't him,
Yeah, I was in a weird phase of my life.
I hate that weird
What,
phase.
February? It was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day. Well, moral of the story, man, not everybody is meant for everybody. You have to do what you have to do in order to, not you have to do what you have to do. You have to sort through the nasty and ugly in order to get your prize. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sometimes you just make mistakes and fall into your prize. Sometimes you make mistakes and trick off something great.
Hey, trick off something great.
Because we talking about being on a roster. I've been in college and I'm 6'5".
Hey, sometimes you on a roster and you end up, you play in the fucking B League. Was it D League? You play in the D League,
the G League,
and then you end up coming up to the to becoming a starter on the main roster.
Jimmer Fredette type shit.
There you go. There you go.
Bronny James. Nah, like nigga.
With that being said,
I'm cool. Lou Williams in the.
I'm Tim Bass.
Mike.
That's $100,000, and mistakes were made, man. We appreciate y'all for coming back on this first episode. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Make sure y'all hit all the subscriptions that come up with this, and come back and watch our next episodes. This is season 2, man. We're coming at you with some better stuff. Location's about to change, so make sure y'all pay attention.
Peace.